Wonderful. Where am I? Where's my cursor? Now, when we are doing this in person other years, this is the time in the ceremony in which we provide our McNair graduation stoles to each of our graduating seniors. And it replicates in a way what's called a hooding ceremony. So all of you scholars, when you go on to earn your graduate degrees or doctoral degrees, when you get to commencement for your graduate program, you'll go through this thing called a hooding ceremony, where you get those really colorful hoods that you see the faculty wear as part of their regalia at commencement. And so similarly, we provide a McNair graduation stole. We do have these. Oh, actually, I have them right here. Let me pull one out so I can show you what they look like. This is totally off script, but so we have our McNair graduation stoles here. I can't actually see my video, so I don't know what I'm showing you. Let me see here. So, yeah, okay. McNair graduation stoles, right? So they go around like this at graduation. And so we have these right here. I will be mailing these out to our seniors, our graduating seniors, along with the program booklets soon, so that you'll have those. And as a heads up, just so you know, St. Scholastica is going to be incorporating this spring commencement with next fall's commencement, probably next December. So it's not ideal timing, especially for those of you who are going far away after this spring. However, there will be an opportunity to walk in the graduation ceremony and wear your graduation stole. So the McNair graduation stole is presented to each McNair participant who has successfully reached graduation. This stole recognizes the blood, sweat, and tears a student has committed to themselves, the McNair program, their family, friends, and communities to reach this point in their academic and career journey. As such, it is the highest honor that the McNair program awards. What we're going to do now is we're going to go through each of our graduating seniors. Some of them are online with us today, others are not here today, but hopefully you'll watch this video later. And we are going to share a little bit of a bio for each senior and then a paragraph on what we McNair staff really appreciate about our graduating seniors. And the McNair staff are going to take turns reading different ones, but all three of us were involved in writing each narrative for each scholar. So first up, we have Olivia Bontems. Olivia graduated this fall from the College of St. Scholastica with a bachelor's degree in biochemistry. She completed a summer research project with faculty mentor Dr. Zach Baya entitled Identifying Perfluorinated Alkylated Substances in Swix Wax and the Environment. Olivia presented her research findings at the CSS McNair Symposium, the University of New Mexico McNair Conference, and the American Chemical Society Conference. After graduation, Olivia plans to work in the biomedical industry for a few years before continuing on to graduate school. So what do we really appreciate about Olivia? Olivia is determined and self-reliant. In her time with McNair, she put her nose to the grindstone and worked diligently on her research and scholarly activities. She always interacted with the cohort in an authentic and straightforward way and was quick to connect with other scholars on our group graduate tours and conferences. Olivia demonstrates a strong academic focus and great foresight as she envisions her future career path and maps a way forward. So can we get a round of applause for Olivia? Some snaps for Olivia. Excellent. And up next, Rachel.
So we have Bre Cole, our next graduating senior, who this spring, or rather next December, will be graduating from the College of St. Scholastica with a bachelor's degree in biology. In 2018, she completed a McNair summer research project with Dr. Dan Westholm entitled Protein Expression Patterns in Mycobacteriophage brucicorum. In 2019, Bre completed a research project with Dr. Glenn Simmons Jr. entitled Using HMGB1 Protein as a Surrogate Marker for Lung Cancer in High-Risk Populations. Bre has also presented her research findings at the CSS McNair Symposium, the University of New Mexico McNair Conference, and ABERCAMS, the annual biomedical research conference for minority students. After graduation, Bre plans to start graduate school in the Molecular Pathogenesis and Therapeutics PhD program at the University of Missouri, Columbia, funded by the prestigious National Institute of Health T32 traineeship. Bre demonstrates a strong and intense focus on her twin passions of science and music, geeking out on both microbiology and steel drum compositions. With focus and determination, she completed her bachelor's degree in 3 years of full-time study, while actively participating in McNair seminars, advising graduate school tours, and academic conferences. She is quirky, humble, diligent, and friendly, always bringing positive energy and insightful questions to the room. Thank you, Bre. Have a great trip.
Hey, Bre. You don't mute yourself, Julian.
Got so excited. All right, so I get to have Serena. So Serena is graduating this spring from the College of St. Scholastica with Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. She completed 2 summer McNair research programs under the guidance of Dr. Kelly Erickson, culminating in a research presentation entitled On-Campus Occupational Therapy Clinic, Exploring a Model for Experiential Learning Within Curriculum. Serena presented her research findings at the CSS McNair Scholars Symposium, the University of New Mexico McNair Conference, and the Minnesota Occupational Therapy Association Conference. After graduation, Serena plans to start graduate school in the Master of Science program of Occupational Therapy at the College of St. Scholastica. Serena is calm and collected, so her name fits her well. During her time with McNair, she was exceptionally diligent about attending seminars, completing activities, and hitting all requirements and benchmarks well ahead of schedule. Serena has worked hard and overcame challenges in a smooth and effortless way. And through self-awareness and trial and error, Serena found her way to an ideal career path. She's humble, she's kind, caring, and personable, and she's always ready with a smile and a friendly hello. Yay.
Hey, Serena. Okay. And again, your program booklets that you'll all be receiving in the mail will have all of this text for our seniors as well as our juniors and sophomores. So you'll be able to revisit that if you choose. Next up, we have Mr. Eric Jeffords, who is on Zoom with us, I believe. And I have the opportunity to share a little bit about Eric. Eric is graduating this spring from the College of St. Scholastica with a bachelor's degree in biology. In 2018, Eric completed a research project under the guidance of Dr. Dan Westholm entitled Soil Microbiome Dynamics in Post-Fire Landscapes. In 2019, Eric completed a research project with Dr. Glenn Simmons Jr. entitled Unsaturated Fatty Acid-Mediated Regulation of YBX1-Dependent Gene Expression in Renal Cancer. Eric presented his research findings at the CSS McNair Symposium, the University of New Mexico McNair Conference, and the annual Biomedical Research Conference for minority students. After graduation, Eric plans to gain additional clinical experience before pursuing medical school. And we know he's going to get there sooner than later to medical school. Eric is a grounded and modest scholar who has excelled in academics and research. As a McNair Scholar, he demonstrated an organized and detailed approach, mapping out a specific pathway to his career goals. Throughout his undergraduate journey, Eric has shown a strong interest in understanding how everything works, often sharing fun and random facts with McNair staff and students. His sense of humor and general goofball nature kept McNair travel light and lively, and I have fond recollections of a number of meals on our Colorado trip and his experimentation with different foods, and it was all good fun. So congratulations to Eric Jeffords.
Our next graduating senior this year is Jane Kariuki. Jane is graduating this spring from the College of St. Scholastica with a bachelor's degree in Peace and Justice Studies. She completed a McNair Summer Research Project under the guidance of Dr. Elise Carter-Vosen entitled Africana Womanism and Black Feminism in Collective Leadership and Community Development. Jane presented her research findings at the CSS McNair Symposium, the University of California, Los Angeles McNair Conference, and the National Association of African American Studies and Affiliates 2020 National Conference. After graduation, Jane plans to start a PhD program in African and African diaspora studies. Jane is outspoken and passionate about social justice, heritage, and community. With strength and agility, she wove these strands together in her academics and research as a student and a scholar. She is driven to empower communities, make change, and represent. She delivers her message with kindness and a smile, and is quick to engage in conversation with others, and demonstrates a genuine interest in the research and scholarly activity of her peers in her field and beyond. Congratulations to Jane.
Yay, Jane. And a shout out to Dr. Elise Carter-Vosen, who's also online with us in Zoom today. As far as I know, in my time with McNair, Elise has 100% PhD placement rate of scholars, so that's awesome. And since writing this, Jane has officially decided to attend University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. She had a couple options on the table when we wrote this. However, based on what Jane has told me, it's now official. She's attending the African and African Diaspora Studies program at University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, PhD program with an assistantship. So great job, Jane. And thank you, Elise. All right, Julian.
Whoop, whoop. All right. So Ashley Kosloski. Ashley is graduating this spring from the College of St. Scholastica with a bachelor's degree in biology. She completed a summer research project through the National Science Foundation in Old Dominion University entitled The Relationship Between Myzodella lugubris and Calanectes sapidus, genus and species names. Ashley presented her research at Old Dominion University and the CSS McNair Scholars Symposium, and after graduation, Ashley plans to attend a graduate school in environmental and sustainability studies. Ashley is a self-driven, independent student and scholar, and when she sets her eyes on a goal, she commits to the work, the follow-through needed to reach it. Not only is Ashley hardworking, she's resilient, overcoming challenges and obstacles along the way. She's actively engaged in a variety of activities across the institution, and her enthusiasm and high energy is quite contagious, always sharing positivity and smiles with McNair students and staff. So congratulations to Ashley.
Hey, Ashley. And those fancy scientific names, that's a leech and a crab in the ocean. So, FYI. Next up, we have Monse Loeza-Rodriguez. Monse is graduating this spring from the College of St. Scholastica with a bachelor's degree in psychology. In 2018, Monse completed a summer research project under the guidance of Dr. Amber Schlater entitled Characterizing Environmentally Induced Metabolic Changes in a Rodent Skeletal Muscle. In 2019, Monse worked with Dr. Lynn Kalmbach on a summer research project entitled Examining Management and Marketing Practices of the Local Craft Brewery. Monse presented her research findings at the CSS McNair Symposium and the University of New Mexico McNair Conference. After graduation, Monse plans to gain professional experience in her field in order to refine her graduate school goals, and we know that she'll end up in graduate school. Monse is persistent and resilient, a comeback kid who has navigated a shifting and uncertain academic and career path. She has grown into new horizons, demonstrating great diversity of thought and flexibility, completing summer research projects in two very different fields, as you may have noted. Skeletal muscle on the one hand and the brewery scene on the other. She is strategic, modest, and organized. There is a method to her madness. Monse is exceedingly kind and compassionate, and one thing that I've always appreciated about Monse is that it is impossible to pass her in the hallway without receiving a genuine smile and hello, and she has one of the more radiant smiles on campus. And so I've always appreciated all of my times that I've got to cross paths with her in the hallway. Congratulations, Monse. Right, and we have one more senior this year.
Yes, our last graduating senior is Adel Morey. Adel is graduating this spring from the College of St. Scholastica with a bachelor's degree in psychology. Adel completed a summer research project with Dr. Audrey Devine Eller entitled The Effects of Socioeconomic Status, Race, and Culture on Support in Post-Secondary Aspirations and Success of Youth. Adel presented his research findings at the CSS McNair Symposium at the University of California, Los Angeles McNair Conference. After graduation, he plans to maintain his youth development organization while attending graduate school. Adel is passionate about social justice and change, specifically for youth in the community. He intertwined these causes throughout his academics, research, and involvement across the institution. Adel is motivated by the idea that change can and will happen if there is someone there determined enough to see it through. He is a committed advocate for others, while being also resilient and determined to make his own path. He is a creative and entrepreneurial spirit with a big heart. Congratulations to Adel on his completion and graduating this year.
And a shout out to Dr. Audrey Devine Eller, who's joining us on Zoom today. Thanks for all of your awesome mentoring.